My friends, I'm going to take the day off today, but don't worry, we have a very special guest stopping by our YouTube channel today. It's our friend Kassandra Reinhardt from Yoga with Kassandra. She's going to be taking you through a 30-minute yin yoga routine. I know you're really going to enjoy this. I just did a power yoga with weights workout for her channel. I'll put that in the About section below, as well as please subscribe to her channel, also in the About section below. We have rain coming here. We have the red sweatpants on. So without further ado, Kassandra, are you ready? Oh, she's ready. Okay, take it away, Kassandra. Enjoy, my friends.
Hi everyone, thank you so very much for joining me, and a big thank you to Sean for inviting me on his channel. My name is Kassandra and I run the Yoga with Kassandra YouTube channel, where I teach weekly yin yoga and vinyasa flow yoga classes. So today I thought I would gift you guys with a 30-minute yin yoga practice. If you've never done yin yoga before, it's quite different from other styles of yoga. So it's mostly focusing on the connective tissues and on the joints. We hold passive poses for an extended period of time. It's a really wonderful way to increase flexibility, increase your range of motion, and also ease away stress and anxiety. So I am joined by my little cat, Kit Kat, who loves to practice with me on a regular basis. For our practice today, you will need to have 2 blocks. If you don't happen to own any blocks, don't worry about it. You can just grab some cushions, some pillows, really whatever you have around the house. Let's begin in a tabletop pose. We're going to take our puppy stretch. So tabletop pose, you want to start on your hands and knees with the palms underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. So what's important here is that the hips always stay over the top of the knees. This does not change. What's going to change is that you're going to walk your hands forward until the forehead lowers either all the way down on the mat, or if it doesn't quite make it all the way there, you can always just take a block and put it underneath your forehead so there's a bit more support. And the arms can stay extended, nice and long, opening into the shoulders, the chest, the upper back. And if this is enough, you're welcome to stay here. My favorite way to get into this pose is to actually bend the elbows, press the palms together, and then you're bending the elbows so the hands come to rest towards the back of the head and the back of the neck. So whichever version is most appropriate for your body. And as you breathe in and out through the nose, feel the rib cage expand front to back, side to side. So on average, yin yoga poses are held for 2 to 5 minutes, although they can absolutely be held for longer than that. Try to relax into it. Notice if you're tensing up the muscles in the neck or in the shoulders. Try to let that go. Take your last 3 deep breaths here in the pose. And let's straighten the arms if you had your elbows bent. Take your time here. Our transitions are super important. Just walk the palms in inch by inch. Slowly lift back up onto hands and knees. And we'll get a little bit deeper into the hips now. So we're gonna step our right foot forward to the top of the mat, in between your palms. Try to align your right knee directly over the top of the ankle. And you can either keep your hands flat on the floor, or this is where having some blocks can come in handy. I actually like to keep the blocks on their highest level, even if the flexibility is there. It's just a little bit easier for the hips to press forward and down. And try to draw the shoulders down and away from the ears. So remember, we are trying to get gravity to do most of the work for us. So we're not tensing, we're not tightening up, we're just letting the hips melt down. Relax the arms a little bit more. And start to press down into your right heel to straighten that leg. And bring your right knee back next to the left one. And we'll ease our way to the other side. So the left foot needs to step forward to the top of the mat, aligning your left knee directly over the top of your ankle. Let your hips press forward and down. Maybe pad your right knee if you need to, otherwise just stay exactly as you are. Chin and chest staying lifted, shoulders drawing back. And you can let the eyes close, or the gaze can be soft. Just find your breath. Start to press down into your left heel. We're going to ease out to the side, out of this low lunge, or what we call dragon pose in yin. So keep your blocks somewhere close. We're gonna move into our wide-legged forward fold. So sitting up nice and tall, you're going to open the legs out. Keep the knees and the toes pointing straight up to the sky. So if you feel like you're rolling back or falling backwards here, you can use one of your blocks and just boost it up so that you're elevating your hips a little bit more. Otherwise, you can also just use a blanket or a cushion and sit up. You can also just bring your legs a little bit closer towards each other. A little bit of a bend is perfectly fine in the knees here. And start to walk your hands forward. Because this is a passive forward fold, it's perfectly fine to let the spine naturally round, because we're not pushing and we're not pulling our way into the shape. So we definitely don't want to have any kind of pressure like that. If you end up being somewhere close to the floor, something that's pretty nice here is that you can boost up your blocks and just put them underneath the chest or underneath the forehead, and you can even stack them up if you're up a little bit higher. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep them on the mid-height here, and we're here for about 3 minutes or so. And you'll notice as we hold the pose, you'll be able to go deeper and deeper into it. Even though there's a bit of a bend or a rounding in the spine, you still want to think of lifting and lengthening out of the lower back. Always remind yourself to let gravity do the work for you. Relax the shoulders, the chest, the upper back. Allow your head to be heavy and the sit bones to be grounded, like you're melting into the pose. So these forward folds can leave our lower backs really vulnerable. So to get out of this pose, you want to do it really slowly and mindfully. So just walk the hands in inch by inch, take your time, and keep breathing even as you come out of this pose. So we're not rushing anything until the shoulders come back up in line with the hips, and then you can help your knees bend a little bit. We'll be lowering down onto our backs. You might want to have one block somewhere close by. We'll take an IT band stretch, which is a great way to finish off our practice with a twist and then also opening up into the side of the hip. So let yourself come all the way down. Keep your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. And you might want to wiggle a little bit over to the right side of your mat. And then you're going to cross your right ankle over the top of your left knee. Keep that right foot firmly flexed and see if you can bring your left foot a little bit closer towards your glute. Your right knee and thigh are pressing away from you. Now from here, you're just going to drop your left thigh and your right foot as close to the floor as you can. So maybe your foot will touch the ground, and if so, that's perfect. Just leave it as it is. If it doesn't quite make it all the way, you'll have to put a block underneath you so that there's something there to support your foot and to support your left knee. Otherwise, if the foot comes back down, the closer you bring your left knee and your right foot towards your body, the deeper this will feel like. I like to either hold on to my right ankle with the left hand, or I use the left hand to press the right knee away from me. And you should feel that really intense in the right hip. Then the right arm can extend out to the side so you get a nice lateral stretch. And just take the time to settle yourself in the pose in a way that is just uncomfortable enough so that you feel the sensation, but not too uncomfortable that there's pain or you have a hard time breathing. And slow, steady breaths on this side. If you had your left hand on your leg, you can let that go. And we'll slowly uncross and lift the knees back up one at a time. Setting ourselves up for the same thing on the other side. So you might want to shift over to the left a little bit more. And then you'll be crossing your left ankle over the top of your right knee. Keep that left foot flexed and press that thigh away from you. Bring your right heel a little bit closer into your glute. And then maintain this figure four shape that you're doing with the legs. Simply let your right thigh drop down. Hopefully not onto a cat. And then do the same thing as you did before. You can either put a block underneath your thigh, your knee, and your foot, or you can just let that foot come back down to the ground. Left arm can extend out to the side, either holding onto your ankle with your right hand, or you can use your right hand to keep pressing that left knee away. You'll probably notice that one side's a little bit tighter than the other. Modify however you need to. Just soften into the pose. Try to relax a little bit more with every exhale. Inviting the hip and IT band to open up a little bit more. And we'll release this side. The knees will uncross, lift back up. And let's move into Shavasana, our final resting pose. Take up some space and get comfortable. Oops. Turn the palms to face up. Allow the eyes to close. You start to observe the effects of your practice on your mind, on your body. allowing yourself to enjoy these final moments of rest and relaxation so that you can fully integrate all the work that you've done. Start to breathe a little bit deeper, moving the fingers and toes or turning the head side to side. You can take a big stretch as if you were just waking up in the morning, getting really long. And we'll come up to take a seat. Eyes can stay closed as you do this. Sitting up in any way that's comfortable to you. Hands can rest on the knees or palms can join together at the front of the heart. We'll close our practice with a chant of Om one time. You can join in or just listen. We'll inhale to chant. So breathing in. Om. Namaste. Thank you so very much, everyone, for doing this yin yoga class with me. If you enjoyed it, I encourage you to go to my YouTube channel. You can search for it by typing Yoga with Kassandra. I have probably 100 yin yoga classes by now, and also a bunch of vinyasa flow yoga classes. A big thank you to Sean for inviting me on your channel. It was a pleasure. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day.